Once upon a time, there was a king who loved his people very much. He always did whatever they asked for and tried to make them happy. But one day, the king started to wonder what his people really thought of him. To find out, he decided to dress up like a common person and secretly visit his kingdom at night. As he walked around, the king saw that his kingdom was doing very well. The fields were green and everything looked beautiful. He felt very proud and happy because his kingdom was even better than when his father was king. But soon, his happiness disappeared. The king overheard some people talking about him. One person said, "Our king is only pretending to be nice by giving us everything we want. He just wants us to think he's a good person." Another person added, "Our king is a coward. He doesn't go to war because he's afraid. He's trying to distract us by being generous." A third person said, "Our king is so foolish." Hearing these hurtful words, the king felt very sad. He ran to a quiet place, sat down, and started crying. He cried and cried, feeling so heartbroken. After a while, an old lady came by and asked, "Why are you crying so much?" The king looked up and saw the wise old lady. He decided to tell her everything that was bothering him. "I've done so much for my people, but they still talk badly about me," he said. The old lady listened and then said, "You're crying over such a small thing? I can help you, but you have to give me a job in return." The king, desperate for advice, quickly agreed. "A job? Sure, I'll give you whatever job you want." The old lady smiled and said, "I want the easiest job because I'm old and my body is weak." The king thought this was simple. He took her to a cozy room with a soft bed and 2 servants to help her. "Your job is just to sleep and wake up," he told her. The next evening, the king visited her and asked, "Do you like your work?" But the old lady said, "Is this really a job? Just sleeping and waking up? My back hurts even more now, and sitting with these servants is so boring." Surprised, the king thought, "Isn't this the easiest job?" But he didn't give up. "All right," he said, "I'll find you another job. You can stay in this room, but in the morning and evening, you have to go to the garden and pick flowers." The next day, the king asked the same question. The old lady complained again. "When I pick flowers, my fingers get dirty, and the bees buzzing around hurt my ears." The king, puzzled, continued to offer her different jobs over the next 40 days. Each time, the old lady found something to complain about. Finally, the king got angry and shouted, "Old lady, I've given you every easy job, and you keep complaining. It seems like you just want to eat and complain." The old lady laughed and said, "Now you understand. Some people, no matter what you do, will always complain and criticize. It's just how they are. You shouldn't cry or be upset because of them. Instead, ignore their words and focus on what you know is right." The king, surprised and grateful, thanked the old lady for her wisdom. He learned that in life, some people will always complain, no matter what you do. The moral of the story is that you should not let such people bring you down. Do your best and don't worry about those who will never be happy. Moral: in life, some people will always complain, no matter how much you do for them. Don't let their words upset you. Focus on doing your best and ignore those who always find something to criticize. True happiness comes from knowing you've done what's right, not from trying to please everyone.